know what's in here? Shoes. Why is in this giant box? I have no idea. So I bought new shoes a couple days ago because I threw out my old shoes because I ruined them.
Bruh.
Because my feet suck and I never buy shoes ever. So I got Sorels. Oh shit. Aren't they awesome? They're so cool. I just wanted like a boot and a tennis shoe at the same time, and I guess this is it. These are dope as hell, and I can't wait to wear them this winter. I'm making this video right now because, yes, from the title, it is true. I deleted all of my social media. If you don't believe me, if you look at this screenshot right here, it says that after November 16th, I will no longer have my Facebook account. Because I was like, I don't care anymore. So it's beyond November 16th. Don't come at me because I'm a liar, because this is true. And yeah. So before I made this video, I was gonna like do this whole voiceover thing. I wrote this whole script. I wrote like this 4-page script going on about like, yo, this is why I deleted social media because it sucks and blah, blah, blah. Right now, I'm just like, man, this is kind of cringe. So like, I don't want to do it like that. So we're just gonna sit down and just have a little bit of a conversation right now versus me just going the extra mile and creating some artsy fartsy video just because I am so burnt out right now. I have editor burnt out just because I edit videos for a living outside of YouTube. It's just been non-stop like this whole month. I'm gonna make this as easy as possible for me right now, so YOLO. So people talk about addiction a lot in everyday culture. People talk about, oh yeah, I have an addiction to drugs and alcohol and binge eating and watching porn and gambling and all these other things, but like nobody really discusses the elephant in the room, which is being addicted to our cell phones. Now, I've always been somebody that has had self-control over like 99% of things in life, and the only thing I don't have self-control in is my cell phone. It's always me checking my phone, checking notifications, gotta text somebody back, gotta be on social media. You get that dopamine every time you click on that notification. You gotta figure out what everybody's doing. You gotta figure out what all your friends are doing, what your friends are doing. Somebody you met one time at a concert and you never met them ever again, what they're doing. It's just so much. It's like overstimulation, basically. Life obviously never used to be like that. We all used to never have cell phones at a point. It started getting to me actually a number of years ago, like back in college. There was this one guy that I was talking to and he's just like, I don't have social media. And I was like, oh, why is that? And he's like, I just don't understand online validation. That sentence alone just stuck with me for like a really long time. And like throughout college, I kept trying to like cut myself off cold turkey and like delete Snapchat or whatever, or not go on Facebook. And then a couple days later, I go back on or make a new account. And it's just like, for what? At the end of the day, when you turn off all your electronics, it's like, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, what kind of fulfillment is that really? Because somebody likes your photo of your taco. So I started noticing that last year I was on a date with my then boyfriend at the time. It seemed like I couldn't not look at my phone while we were on that date. I don't know why I couldn't just stay in the moment. In hindsight, that kind of like really pisses me off because I'm like yelling at myself like, Maddie, why the fuck would you do that? You're with somebody you care about and you just can't help but gravitate towards your phone. You're just texting and the person across the table from you is just kind of like, the fuck? And then it's just kind of like, why was I doing that? Like, I'm mad at myself. Why wasn't I in the moment? It seems like nobody likes to be in the moment anymore. It's always like, what's the next thing? Or what's so-and-so doing? Why do we seek internet validation? Why do likes matter? Why do we have to keep looking at images, knowing every second of everyone's lives when most of those people you haven't even seen in person since middle school or high school? Then you start comparing yourself because you're just somebody in their mid-20s. You're jealous of those friends that got their own house and they got married and they have kids, and you're just kind of like, oh, I'm a loser because I don't have that. It almost feels like you're behind in life and everybody's thriving because nobody ever wants to post the negative stuff. Let's be real. To me personally, I think Facebook was the most toxic of all. I never had Instagram. I tried Instagram like once or twice in my life and I didn't like it. In Facebook, they have life events to showcase the dream job that you got, the relationship you just got into, the marriage that just happened that was the party of the century. And then you see posts of people that you thought you were really good friends with, and then they don't invite you to things, and you're just kind of like, all right, that's shitty. Like, why wasn't I invited to that? Okay, whatever. Are they really your friends though? Or are they your friends out of convenience? And I think the thing that I hated the most was suggested friends that pop up. I do not want to see my high school bully or my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend be a suggested friend on Facebook. Why do I want to see that? I don't want to see that. That's like something I'd rather live in ignorance for the rest of my life. I do not give a shit about those people. I don't want to see those people. Some stuff like that is just better off to like live in a little ignorance, and you don't need to know every single second of everybody's lives. It just makes you feel like you're not good enough, or you're getting the case of FOMO. If people don't know what FOMO means the fear of missing out. Really good friends with people, then all of a sudden they're having parties or something like that, and you're not invited to that. Or you're just like, oh, I thought I was good friends with them, and then they don't invite you places, which is kind of weird. I've experienced that firsthand. A couple of friends have experienced that firsthand, and it's just kind of like, okay. This is where the lesson comes in through this whole video. Overcoming my cell phone and social media addiction. The first step of overcoming your cell phone addiction is, one, recognizing that you have a problem. If you're like me that gets bored easily, or just tired of the same routine, or you know that this is a problem, obviously cutting things off cold turkey never works. It never works, okay? Like, you need to do it over like a certain amount of time. You just can't just one day wake up and be like, this is gone forever. Obviously that never happened. That's where step 2 comes in, which is getting rid of social media. I start with one app over the course of a number of months. I started at the beginning of the year with Snapchat. At this point, back in January, I was at my lowest point when it came to having FOMO. I started to think, what's the point? My one coworker recently told me that the majority of people do not care about you or think about you as much as you think. Be real. People are fucking selfish. If people genuinely care about you, or they are your genuine friend, they will contact you. They will want to hang out with you. They will want to do things with you and be there for you like a real person outside of this whole metaverse. You don't want to believe that, but it's true. People do not give a shit about you as much as you think they do. You test that theory by deleting all of your social media. I made this post on Snapchat basically saying, yo, my mental health is shit. It sucks being on social media. If you want to contact me, here's my phone number. Otherwise, peace. You want to know what happened after that? I would say about 10 people texted me. I probably had like 200 people on Snapchat, only like 10 of them texted me, which is kind of a hard slap in the face at first, but you realize very quickly who are your real friends and who actually cares about you. So after I removed Snapchat, I'd say a couple months after that, I deleted Pinterest. That was a little bit easier just because it wasn't like talking to friends, like you're not really losing anything important, I guess. Last but not least was Facebook, which was this past month. I think I struggled deleting Facebook most of all just because I had that profile for literally over 10 years. That is half my life right there. But like, it was a progression over time, you know? It wasn't like I woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna delete Facebook, you know? It's just like, I slowly stopped going on Facebook from like every day to every other day to a couple times a week to a couple times every other week. Then eventually I knew at that point I was like, I don't care about this anymore. Which leads me to step number 3, which is time management. I think this is the worst step of all. I've watched a number of YouTube videos where people have quit social media. They try to make it inspirational as fuck, and they just sound like a total like fuckboy when they do it. Like, yeah, I overcame depression because I woke up one day and smiled. Like, no, that's not how that happens. Nobody ever talks about the fucking aftermath after you deleted everything. What next is limiting time on my phone. You can have like a little widget on your phone that shows how much screen time you have on your phone each day. The time tracker is a good reminder to see how much screen time you're having, know your limits. My current goal is to be on my phone for a maximum of 4 hours a day. I don't know if that's a lot to people, but like, this is how bad my social media addiction was. I used to peak around like 8 or 9 hours a day on my fucking phone. It's ridiculous. Like, in hindsight, you spend like half the day, if not most of the day, on your phone. So currently, even though I deleted all my social media, my worst vice right now is YouTube. I don't know if I count that as social media or not because you're not really being social on there, but it's still an app on your phone and that's still overstimulation of the internet. I've basically overcame my social media addiction, but YouTube is a killer right now. Which leads me to my next and final step, number 4, which is overcoming boredom. So most of the time we always resort to our phones because we are bored, but why are we bored? What can we do in replacement of being bored? We always think we have nothing to do. We have no hobbies. We are boring people. I'm gonna give you a hint right now. We're not boring people. We just forgot that there's other things outside our cell phone. I sat myself down one day and thought for a minute, how can I occupy my time outside of my phone? And I sat there for a solid 60 seconds and I was like, God damn it, Maddie, I am a boring person. Come on, Maddie, think. You are not boring. Now focus, you idiot. What do you like? What are your hobbies? Look around your room right now. What is in your room? So I had to really think about it, and I was like, all right, there's a lot of things that I like. I got my record collection. I have plants to take care of. I've been focusing on my health so much for the past year. I do yoga like every morning and exercises. I plan on going back to the gym again. I love to draw. I'm an artist. I love reading too. Get books from the library. I go to the library often now. Going on long walks in addition to exercising. Hanging out with friends. I just got into pickleball. Like that's random, but like got into it anyway. That's a lot of fun. You know, this is more fulfilling than a bunch of pointless likes. Nobody's boring. You just gotta like figure things out for yourself. So in conclusion, I am not 100% off my phone just yet, but it's getting there. Life is so much better outside of the internet. That is why I quit social media. There's no tea. There's no some ginormous dramatic story. It's just, I was just sick of it. You're not like leaving something that's gonna ruin your life. It's more of a benefit than something that's negative. Whatever works for you in your life, that's just my advice. What I went through with deleting social media, I could say now that I'm definitely much happier without social media. I get shit done. You're observing more of the world around you. You're more present and in the moment. Appreciate things more. You appreciate the people that are in front of you that you care about very deeply. So yeah, that's this video for this week. Thank you so much for watching and sitting down and having this little chat because, you know, that's just something that I've been working on for this past year and it's had such a huge payoff so far. So I don't regret it at all and we'll just keep moving forward. So I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.